Hey there, everyone. Meteorologist Adam Claybon here with you. Welcome to the last weekend of June, which means that the following weekend we'll be heading into that 4th of July holiday. And we are expecting things probably to stay similar to what they are right now. We'll have a brief look at what that forecast could be as we head on into that weekend. But first, wanted to get you through this weekend and what's ahead for us here over the next few days, and the Rainier's forecast down that way around Tacoma, where you can see pretty much everywhere here across western Washington, but more specifically here in Tacoma, we're talking about temperatures which are going to be more around those low to mid, perhaps a few upper 60s during the daytime hours. Now at first pitch Saturday, that game could see a few scattered showers. I think a lot of the rain will be heading south and getting on out of here. A straight chance of a shower on Sunday, should be much drier at that point, and then they have an off day on Monday, and temperatures will be in the mid-60s again, staying cooler, staying mild as we're keeping a lot of these 60s around for quite some time. And now check this out right here. This is the 8 to 14-day temperature outlook from the Climate Prediction Center, and it does include July the 4th, which is going to be heading into next Saturday, and you can see that for us here across most of the West Coast, including here into western Washington, equal chances. That's what that tan color means as far as what we could be anticipating as we head throughout those states right there between the 4th and the 10th. There's an equal chance of temperatures either being above or perhaps below average, which typically means that it's going to be closer to those normal numbers, which right now are in the lower 70s. But we'll talk more about that here in a second. Let's go ahead and take a look at what we're going to be seeing here as we head on into the next few days, because recently it's been hot. We saw 80s and 90s for quite some time. Now, Thursday, we saw temperatures drop down into the 60s for highs. And check it out. Over the weekend, we're going to see highs back in the 60s and remaining there. Better chance of showers on Saturday. For us heading into next Monday, we're going to see that high into the upper 60s, and then maybe a few chances of showers throughout the work week. Slightly higher chances again into next Thursday and Friday. And you can see that those temperatures are kind of holding on to the 60s for highs to that next 7-day stretch. So radar is going to continue to stay somewhat active. Again, we will keep this around for our Saturday, so expect to see some light showers from time to time. Convergence zone activity, especially farther north here across more Snohomish, as well as Skagit County, as well as the extreme northern tip of the Kitsap Peninsula and Camino and Whidbey Island. That's where things will be a bit more wet as we start off the day Saturday, and possibly even into the early afternoon. So that's 5 to 6 to 7 o'clock Saturday morning. You'll see that this does wrap around some moisture as we head on into more the latter part of the morning, and a lot of that will be out towards the coast, and some of that could extend off towards parts of southwest interior, but we're really not seeing a lot of steady rain for many parts around Puget Sound itself. So generally near and north of Seattle is where we're going to see, or north of Everett, is where we're going to have the better chances of seeing some of that rain early into Saturday, especially some of the steadier stuff. And we'll keep some chances around too on Sunday, but again, those chances should be on the lighter side and not quite as widespread. Let's talk about amounts though. What could we see with some of those showers coming on through? Well, areas farther north, especially in Skagit County, up to maybe a half an inch. Port Townsend again up that way towards the extreme northern part of the Kitsap Peninsula, heading into the northeastern clip of the Olympic Peninsula, around 3/4 of an inch maybe, and out towards the areas around the coastal spots, getting closer to about a half an inch in some of those locations as well. Many of us though here around Puget Sound, between about 1/10 to 1/4 of an inch ahead for us. And once we get past this system, as you can see, that indicated by some of the greens that you see moving over into parts of Montana and southern parts of Canada there, we're going to see that we'll be right in between those two disturbances. So you see the green off towards the east right there across more of Montana. That's going to be where your area of low pressure is, but at the same time, you see this big ridge of high pressure out over the Pacific. Now, if that was heading closer to us, we would be talking about quite the warm-up as we go later on into next week. But it looks like that's going to stay out over the Pacific. And at the same time, too, you'll see that area of low pressure over parts of Montana. It slowly but surely gets its way on out of here, but it's still bringing an influence of helping things to cool down, more of that northwesterly flow, which is going to help us out, coming in more so from this direction right here, and some of that coming off of the Pacific Ocean as well. So that kind of helps us out with keeping things relatively cool, and you can see it starts to try to find its way back off towards the west to a certain degree as another system comes in from out of Alaska. And what that's going to do here over the next few days, well, most of the moisture is going to stay over into Montana and across more of the Rockies, but some of that could find its way across more of eastern Washington too. We kind of need the rain over there. We've had some very dry conditions, currently have drought conditions over there, so could definitely use some of the shower activity. And a lot of the rain that you're seeing closer to western Washington, most of that is going to be over the Cascade Mountains. So we're not really seeing a lot of that into the lowland areas. But we'll keep an eye on where exactly those showers will track because things do remain unsettled as we head on into the start of next work week. And eventually they'll start to work their way off towards the east and things will start to quiet on down as we head on into that point. But check it out, the temperatures right here. We're going to see that those highs will find their way back up into more of the 60s. Those numbers right there here getting up into more of the mid 60s. Saturday through Wednesday averages at 73, and then you can see getting closer to the 4th of July, beginning to climb a little bit. We're going to be cooler on Friday, but maybe back up into the 70s around average as we head into the 4th of July itself. Here's your 7-day forecast. Things for the next week or so going to be cooler than average. A lot of 60s showing up here on the 7-day forecast, but also a lot of low 50s on there too. So for those of us who are tired of the heat, we got this nice long stretch of some more comfortable weather that might be in place for many of you. Okay, everyone, we'll enjoy this last weekend of June, and let's get ready for the upcoming work week and keep an eye out for some of those pop-up showers.